Today at Imsa's annual State of the Sport address, the full season and endurance cup grids were confirmed for the 2025 season. And with 48 full season entries, 56 endurance cup entries, and a reported 88 entries interested in the Rolex 24, the grid looks like it's going to be absolutely jam-packed for every race of the 2025 season. First, let's run down all the entries that are confirmed for the grid, and this is Endurance Cup and regular season entries. In GTP, you'll have the number 5 Proton Competition entry, the number 6 and number 7 Porsche Penske Motorsports 963s, the 10 and the 40 Cadillac with Wayne Taylor Racing V-Series Rs, the number 23 Heart of Racing Aston Martin Valkyrie, the number 24 and number 25 BMW M-Team RLLs, the 31 Whelen Engineering Cadillac, the 60 and the 93 Acura Meyershank Racing entries, the number 63 Lamborghini Iron Lynx, and the 85 JDC Miller Motorsports Porsche. In LMP2, you have the number 2 and the number 22 United Autosports entries. The number 8 Tower Motorsports returns along with the 04 Algarve Pro Racing entry. The number 11 TDS Racing, the number 18 Era Motorsport, the number 43 who notably branch off on their own, the Inter-Europol Competition. Of course, this year they partnered with the 52 PR1 Matheson Motorsports entry, who will continue. The 73 Pratt Miller Motorsports entry, which we'll talk about in a second. The number 74 Riley, number 88 AF Corsa, and the number 99 AO Racing entries. In GTD Pro, it's the number 1 Paul Miller Racing BMW who expand along with the number 48 entry, the number 3 and the number 4 Corvettes, the number 9 Pfaff Motorsports, the number 14 Vassar Sullivan Lexus, the number 64 and 65 for Multimatic Mustangs, the number 77 AO Racing, and the number 163 Automobili Lamborghini. Then in GTD, we have the number 12 Vassar Sullivan Lexus, number 13 AWA Corvette, the 19 Van der Stur Racing Aston Martin, number 21 AF Corsa, number 27 Heart of Racing, number 32 Korthoff Competition Motors, number 34 Conquest Racing, number 36 DXDT Racing, 45 Wayne Taylor Racing, 47 AF Corsa, 57 Windward Racing, 66 Gradient Racing, the 70 Inception Racing, the 78 Forte Racing, the number 80 Lone Star Racing, the number 81 Dragon Speed Ferrari, number 83 Iron Dames returns, the 96 Turner Motorsport BMW, 2 Triarci Competizione Ferraris, and the 120 Wright Motorsports Porsche. Now, as the Michelin Pilot Challenge qualifying session is about to get underway behind me, I wanted to talk about some notable entry list notes. First of all, Aston Martin has confirmed that the Valkyrie will be a full season entry. Of course, we've known about this for a while, but it's still great to see this formalized on the additions column of the 2025 grid. Another addition is the Pratt Miller LMP2. This one's a really interesting one, and one that I didn't personally see coming. Thankfully, it doesn't come at the expense of anything on their GTD Pro side of things, but it's going to be interesting to see what drivers are confirmed for this ride, and also what role this kind of plays in their driver development pipeline. Paul Miller Racing also sees a GTD Pro expansion. Now, they currently race in the GTD Pro category with their number 1 entry, but they're going to be expanding to a second full-time BMW next year with their number 48. And then on the GTD side of things, we see DXDT Racing step up, Dragon Speed is stepping up with a full season entry, and Van der Stur Racing, which I initially thought was only supposed to be for the Endurance Cup races, they have been confirmed as a full season entrant as well. Now, these are all great additions to the IMSA grid, but unfortunately, when we already have virtually packed grids at every race, when there are additions, there are probably going to have to be some subtractions as well, and there were some notable omissions from the next year's entry list. First of all, Proton Competition will not be back for a full season next year in the GTP class and won't be present at all in the GTD class. Currently, they of course ran their Mustang in the GTD class for the full season, as well as their full season GTP effort. It looks like the GTP effort is going to scale back to just a Michelin Endurance Cup entry, but unfortunately that GTD entry is nowhere to be found next year. It's not just Proton scaling back, MDK Motorsports, which currently runs in the GTD and LMP2 class, are not present on either of those entry lists next year. And then also we have Andretti Motorsports. Don't worry, this is not the with Andretti in Wayne Taylor Racing with Andretti. They're not going anywhere. Andretti Motorsports, which fielded a GTD effort this year in selected races, will not return to the grid for next season. Also announced at this State of the Sport address was the winner of the IMSA Diverse Driver Scholarship. Previous winners of that scholarship include Jaden Conwright, Courtney Crone, and Ken Fakota. But the 2025 winner is Celso Neto. And it's also been confirmed that Celso will be competing in the Michelin Pilot Challenge for next season using the scholarship. The Salvador, Brazil native, who now lives in Orlando, confirmed that he will team up with Precision Racing to compete in the TCR class of the Michelin Pilot Challenge. Now, Precision Racing, that name you might not immediately recognize unless if you're familiar with the SRO grid, but this team has competed in Imsa in the past, notably in the Michelin Pilot Challenge in that TCR rank, but they were known then as LA Honda World. Now, the team, which naturally previously competed with Honda machinery, is not expected to be running Hondas next year. While it's not confirmed by the team, I understand that they are expected to run multiple Audis in the TCR class next year, but we'll have to keep our eyes and ears out for confirmation from the team on that. So not only do we have the diverse driver scholarship announced, we also have a confirmed additional entry on the TCR grid next year, which I might add is shaping up to look pretty darn healthy. Imsa also announced a new Gainbridge partnership during the State of the Sport, and that's going to help bring STEM concepts to the racetrack. A release from Imsa said, "We're excited to announce our new partnership with Gainbridge to bring STEM curriculum to high school students. The program will include multiple schools in each selected race market. Students will have the opportunity to visit their local Imsa event and hear from team engineers, drivers, manufacturers, corporate partners, and Imsa officials to see real-world applications of what they've learned online and in school." Fantastic to see yet another initiative announced like this from Imsa to help bridge that gap from some of the young fans that are coming into the sport and transition that into a career. So looking forward to hear more on how this is going to be implemented in, again, the selected Imsa race markets and help pave a great path for maybe some of you that are watching to get into a Imsa position, whether it be with a team or with Imsa themselves in the future. Also confirmed during the State of the Sport was that Cupra will join the Imsa Michelin Pilot Challenge next year in the TCR class. Yeah, that TCR class is going right behind me. You can learn all about that announcement right here. Well, when I have the video released in a day or two. A big shout out though to all the Patreon supporters. If you too want to support the show and help me get out to more race weekends like this next year, then you can check out the link in the description. Once again though, thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great race weekend and doesn't go off in the S's.